What's going on, everyone? We have an absolute banger. What's going on, everyone? We have an absolute banger of an episode today. We got DJ Trev D, Trevor D, the man, the legend, live in the flesh in the studio. We actually recorded this in his dorm room, but hey, that's as close as the studio as I need, baby. This guy, current UCLA student, is a full-time DJ. He won CIF back in the day. He almost joined a cult. He met Satan face to face. We got some exciting stuff coming up. But before we dive in, I just want to remind you, because you need a little reminder, a little notification to say, hey, these podcasts come out every Friday. Take a listen. Put it on your calendar to freaking listen, Take a screenshot of this podcast, put it on your Instagram, share it on your stories, tag me, leave me some comments. I love interacting with humans in general, so that'd be nice if you did that. Go ahead and tweet me, post it on your Facebook. Let me know your thoughts. I love the feedback. I get pretty consistent feedback on this. Usually it's like, stop slamming your water on the table. And hey, I don't think I've slammed my water on the table since, so if that's not improvement, I don't know what is. I take pride in responding to every comment and DM I receive. The show notes for this podcast are at nickolasnatali.com. Don't forget, I got patreon.com/nickolasnatali, youtube.com/nickolasnatali. Pretty much anywhere you can find it is just my name. Oh, I got a Facebook page and I never talk about it, but I feel like I post on it pretty often. Anyway, we're going to talk to Trevor D today, and he's going to bring some heat, baby. All right, let's get to it.
My goal is to make this the best podcast.
I'm with it, brother.
All right?
100% with it, yeah.
Whew. So whatever we got to do to make that happen.
All right.
Let's go. Just freaking do it. Seriously.
Hello and welcome. It is a beautiful day in the city of Angels. We're currently on UCLA campus, baby. Which apparently is known for its wealth. Right outside of Bel Air.
And famous people.
This is the Nickolas Natali Show. I am your host, Nickolas Natali. Each week I meet with individuals that have found life hacks or strategies to live a more fulfilling life.
Wow.
Yeah. We're gonna find out what life hacks you got.
Come on.
Just kind of through your life.
Well, first of all, the Nickolas Natali Show.
Yeah.
You should put some
theme music.
Yeah, dude. You should put some theme music, some like applause.
Yeah.
In there.
Get people going.
Dude.
I freaking will. We got a special guest today. His name is. What would you prefer, DJ Trev D or
I like that.
Trevor D?
Oh man, you call me whatever you want, man. Ooh. DJ Trev D is cool.
Okay.
But
I'll call you baby.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
My name's Baby Daddy.
Dude, I went so long to trying to figure out what I should call my DJ name. Mm-hmm. So I went from DJ PJ, and I was just gonna wear pajamas to every gig.
That's a comfortable choice.
No, that's a good one. And then I went to like DJ Touchdown. Oh. And I was gonna like have footballs. Okay. And it was gonna be awesome.
That's pretty awesome. And my first thought was like landing a plane. Like we just touched down.
Oh, touchdown! Yeah. No, bro, I never thought about.
You could have been like a pilot.
I could have been a pilot with an astronaut. Yeah.
Bro. Could have been. Make it happen.
And then I went to DJ Trev D because it's the most obvious choice. But I'm looking for a new DJ name, so if you have any ideas, hopefully some of your viewers have some ideas.
I hope so too.
Like anything.
Anything that involves putting a mask on your head. That sounds insulting, but you get what I'm saying.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm looking for. I'm just like, this dude's name is DJ Unique. That's a cool name.
DJ Unique. How did you spell that? Is it U and then N-I-K?
Probably.
Or N-I-Q?
That would be actually kind of cool. Maybe I could steal
like
that.
A unique way to spell
Maybe.
it.
Or you just take out all the vowels. Have you seen people do this?
No.
People take out all the vowels and the words look cooler. Apparently it's like the trendy thing to do.
Give me a word where that would look cooler.
Oh, baby. BBY.
Bibi.
BBY.
Do you pronounce it Bibi, or you still pronounce it like there was a vowel there?
No, you pronounce it like there's a vowel there, for sure.
It's cheating.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess that's fine. Then you could say anything. You could just throw a bunch of apostrophes in there and you're chilling.
Right, exactly. DJ Trev D apostrophe.
There you go. Apostrophe.
That's the way to go.
Your name should just be
DJ
like,
apostrophe?
Yeah.
Or just apostrophe?
Just DJ and then just the mark of an apostrophe.
That would be wild, dude. Oh my gosh.
Well, I guess that's kind of like a fill-in-the-blank DJ name then.
No, it is.
They could call you whatever they want.
Seriously, as long as you pay me, you can call me whatever you want. Just get me up there. DJ Blank.
There you go. Whatever it takes to get to the top.
Could you imagine?
I could imagine.
Oh my gosh, DJ Blank. Just nothing.
Just nothing.
Just nothing.
Straight up vanilla. Straight up plain.
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
but people like vanilla ice cream, you know?
Bro, who's the DJ at this dance? Yeah, I don't think he's got a name.
I don't know. He's wearing a mask. He has no name. I'm not even sure we have a DJ
right,
today.
Exactly. Is that a robot?
Yeah.
Who is that?
There you go. All right, let's dive in a little bit.
That was a good intro.
Thank you.
That was a good intro.
Hey, plenty more where that came from. Let's just keep the intro going. Let's dive into your story a little bit. Let's start at where do we want to start? Let's start at
That's awesome.
Your how you got into UCLA story. I would love to talk about that.
Okay.
Because first of all, UCLA is beautiful. I just found out.
Thank you.
First time here today. Yeah, thank you for putting this campus together for me, bro.
Exactly.
Really
like I take ownership. Like Trevor, what are you talking about?
It is your school, right?
Yeah, but I didn't put nothing together.
Just yourself. Just yourself.
Oh,
today.
for sure, dude. For sure. Bro, where do I even begin? I don't even know where to begin, dude. So I didn't want to come here.
Okay.
All right, I did not want to go to UCLA. In fact, I told my mom and I told my dad that I did not want to go to UC. And we toured UCLA, we toured UCI, and I was just like, can't do it because part of me thought that I wasn't smart enough, and part of me thought that I wouldn't fit in, and then another part of me thought like I wouldn't get in. So why try?
Right.
And so I went anyways to apply to Cal State. I wanted to go to Cal State, Fullerton, or San Diego State University. Those were my two schools. And then outside of those, the Christian schools I want to go to were Vanguard and what was the other one? Cal Baptist.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Shout out to Cal Baptist.
Hey.
How was your POC?
Hashtag alma mater. Let's go.
Yeah.
Woo. Hey. Add me on Instagram. Anybody from Cal Baptist?
There you go.
Looking for the woman friend. You can delete. Are you gonna delete part of these?
No.
Oh, we're sticking
100% raw.
All right, for sure. 100% raw, dude.
I mean, I'll edit a little bit. I mean, here and there. You wanted to go. Side note, you wanted to go to Cal Baptist because of the 3-to-1 girl to guy ratio.
3-to-1 girl to guy ratio.
Yeah.
And I knew that like you were at Cal Baptist, and so
You want to be with me?
I wanted to be with you too, man.
That's
honestly,
sweet.
I wanted to be with you. It would have been a great time. Anyway. My mom, I was playing Call of Duty, and I was playing Zombies, and my mom walks in 2 days before the UC applications are due.
Which map?
Oh, it was Ascension.
Ascension. Which one's that?
Ascension. That's Call of Duty Black Ops.
Oh, I know.
2? No, or 1.
Yeah.
It's the one with the...
Is it the mansion one?
No, not the mansion one. It's the one with, like, you're in space.
Oh,
like
yeah. You got that crazy astronaut.
The astronaut. And the monkeys. Yeah. And the thunder gun.
Yeah.
Dude, like, round 44, bro.
No way.
Round 40.
How long did that take you?
I'm playing, bro.
I do think you're playing.
We were there for, like, 5 hours, bro.
Shoot.
When we played Zombies, it was serious. And a lot of times, people would, like, disconnect. Their Xbox would disconnect because we were on it for so long. And then we'd just be freaking upset because we wasted 5 hours getting to round 44. And now we have 3 people.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started, bro. That's all right. That's childhood trauma.
That's right.
So
childhood trauma.
So you can imagine my frustration when my mom comes in and says, "Trev, have you applied to your 2 UCs yet?" And I told her, "No, Mom, I'm not applying to UCs." And she turned off my Xbox.
Wow.
She grabbed my power
Just like
board.
that. Just like that. No hesitation at all.
Oh my word, my friends were upset. But I had to go. I had to apply. So I straight wrote my essays. Took like a day to write my essays. Just barely put any work into it. Submitted it. Had my brother read it over. Hashtag English teacher.
English teacher.
He read it over. Submitted it, and I was done. I was not going there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, just not doing it, man. And but my ultimate prayer was that I would go wherever like God wanted me to. But also, I was hoping that I would get some sort of scholarship money. And
right, because school is expensive.
As you know.
I know, dude. I know. Private university, bro. I know.
Oh yeah, which is why I was not gonna go to Cal Baptist. Cal Baptist was the school that gave me the least amount of money. Believe it or not.
I believe it. No, I believe it.
No, I know you believe it, but I was like, dude, like, what the heck?
Yeah.
It was a beautiful campus, by the way. I remember touring it, and
great food. That's what sold me.
Is it great?
The food is what sold me.
I honestly believe it.
I took a tour.
It just looks like a good food place.
You know, it does.
You just walk on campus, you're like...
You smell it, dude. It's like Disneyland when they pump all the smells through the bottom of the stores.
Is that CPU?
I'm just smelling the CPU bowl of mashed potatoes and, like, tater tots. Yeah, it's good stuff.
That's awesome, dude. Oh, my word. I can actually believe that. I can believe that. Do they have, like, cotton candy machines everywhere? They're
everywhere,
Christian.
bro.
They're about holy living, so they're
holy living. Yeah, they're not gonna
candy machines.
No, but they're also about joy. So chocolate milk water fountains.
Is that what they are?
Yeah, that was how they implemented the joy factor.
Right there, you go.
Yeah.
So they're about righteous but joy. I love it.
Yeah. No dancing though. Don't even think about dancing.
You guys couldn't dance?
No. I don't know.
That hurts me.
We threw dances and stuff, but I think
privately.
And
was it
a private dance party in our dorms, dude?
Was it like under the radar? Did you have to like pass out like flyers in class? Like,
yeah,
hey,
dude.
come to my room.
I posted a little like on the dark web. It was Yik Yak. I just posted on Yik Yak anonymously. No. Dance party in room 312.
Are you serious?
Don't tell your RAs.
Yik Yak. Wow, dude. Did anybody come?
Oh yeah. Like me and two of my closest friends all danced with our shirts off.
Rager.
Major rager.
Anybody ever would want to be a part of that.
Everybody wanted to. But that was something that I was always curious about because, like, I didn't know Baptists didn't believe in no dancing. So as soon as I got there, first day of orientation, everybody's dancing.
No.
And somebody told me, like, you shouldn't be dancing. And I'm like...
Legalistic Leonard.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, get out of here. We're just trying to have a good time.
Dang, dude. So Baptists don't believe in dancing.
That's what I hear. I mean, don't quote me on that if you're a theologist out there. But that's what I hear.
Theologians listening to this. Quoted the Nick Natali Show.
Nick Natali Show.
Baptists don't believe in dancing.
Or maybe, you know what they probably did? They had so many Christians dancing that were just bad at it.
Oh.
Like, Baptists were just like, yo, we can not do this and just say it's a rule.
Right,
like, exactly. So anytime we're invited, be like, oh, I can't. It's part of my religion.
Which tells me there's probably a 90% population at Cal Baptist is white.
Oh, that's... You know what? Sadly, you're correct. You are 100% correct.
Right, exactly. Hey, no shame, dude. No
shame.
I can't believe you posted on Yik Yak. Is that a true story?
That's not a true story.
Okay.
That's not a true story.
That would have been crazy.
I would believe it, though. I'm sure somebody did. I think most of the Yik... I wasn't on Yik Yak, but the things that, like, people would show me was like, oh, this cheerleader fell off her scooter today. And
really?
That's, you know...
That's actually cool. Did you ever, like, experiment, like, any, like, apps like that? Did you ever download Tinder? Was that a thing?
I did not. I steered clear. But one of my close friends, he's had a 2-year relationship from Tinder.
From Tinder?
And he only went on one date.
Was he a Christian?
He's a Christian. His girl was not.
Ooh.
But now...
Convert? Flirt to convert?
Flirt to convert, baby.
Gone.
Yeah.
In the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus. Call it a love story, bro.
Call it a love story. There's a sermon in that somewhere. Testimony night.
Testimony night, I'm sure it's coming out. His Tinder story's coming out. Well, guys, met a lovely wife on Tinder.
And that you just gave so many hope to all of your listeners.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine... My word, that's awesome. Meeting your person on Tinder.
Is it awesome?
That is such a cool story.
Such a great story.
Such a great story.
I saw her and I swiped right. And I just knew when I swiped right, she was on for me.
She was the one.
And then, boom.
That's awesome.
Happily ever after.
I love that.
Okay, so you apply.
You apply. So I apply months later, whenever it came out. Vanguard gave me acceptance. They were giving me a good scholarship. I was like, man, that's a spot for me. Wasn't going to go to Cal Baptist. I just felt like you were gonna graduate early, and so I was like, you know what?
You
like,
felt that.
Yeah, I felt that like in my spirit somewhere. I was like, Nick's gonna leave. So UCLA application came out. I remember coming home from baseball practice, opened it up. I'm like, I'm not going here. Don't really care.
Sweet rejection letter.
This
rejection notice for you. That's kind.
This is it. And and opened it, saw that I was accepted. Congratulations. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, whatever. Seriously, dude, like, I hear stories of people going, ah! Like, their families were going nuts. Yeah. Like, they threw on a full-on party. And it was, for me, it was just another thing. Looked at the scholarship I was going to receive and got full tuition paid scholarship. So
Tell me how. Tell me how, brother.
I don't know how, dude. Like, I don't know how. My dad is like, we're not wealthy, but we're well off. Mm-hmm. I had, like, my brother was just getting out of college. He wasn't in college during that time. I have no idea how I got that. So I chalk it up to God. And for me, it was like, in that moment when I saw it, that's when the reality of it came, that I was supposed to be here and that God wanted me there for whatever reason. So I called my mom and I told her, Mom, that night, I called her. I said, Mom, I got a full tuition paid scholarship at UCLA, and that's where I'm gonna go.
Balls. That's crazy.
I know. It takes balls to do that.
It takes a lot of balls to open up that letter, dude.
It really does. It really does. But yeah, that was it. And so that was it. That was like my sign. My sign, I asked God, I said, God, wherever you give me the most money, that's where I'm gonna, like, I don't know if it's good theology, but I said that's where I'm gonna,
I've been saying the same thing too. I was like, God, wherever the most money is in a job,
right,
I'll go.
Exactly. But yeah, so that's where I chose to go, and my life's changed ever since, man.
Dang.
I started getting into fashion since I've been in LA.
No way.
I have. You can't tell?
I know, you're very fashionable.
Thank you.
Like, when I look at you, I'm like, is this... That guy's been to New York for the Fashion Week.
You can tell.
I've
been on stage at New York during Fashion Week. No, I haven't.
So you got that slim fit, bro. That's like what they want.
I think that is what they want. Are you just Thanks, I appreciate that, but are you just calling me skinny?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
I'm 195 now.
Oh my gosh.
For you that don't know, this is the biggest I've ever been in my life.
Overweight. Okay. He's fat.
Oh, yeah.
He's huge. He's a monster.
I'm 6'3", 195, dude. Okay,
way to put those numbers out there. When he's over 6 foot.
Just in case, you never know who's listening. You follow me at Trevor D on Instagram and Facebook. No, I'm just kidding.
In your bio, 6'3", 195.
It's like, Trevor, what are you doing? But yes, so dude, senior year, I was 6'1", 160.
That is an increase in weight significantly.
Yeah. I get to, we lied on the baseball charts.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Well, yeah. Well, why would you tell the truth on that?
Yeah, exactly.
Other teams are going to
you want to be intimidated. Yeah. Like, you don't want to see 6'1", 160. You know that guy's obviously skinny. So, but yeah, no, I got to college my first year, didn't gain any weight, and then all of a sudden my third year, I gained like 25 pounds, bro.
Oh man, the third year 30.
The third year 30. You heard it here first.
Heard it here first, everybody. Watch out. Third year 30.
The third year 30. It's happening. If you don't get the freshman 15,
you better watch out.
You better watch out for what's to come. The third year 30. Yeah, dude. So, fashion, bro.
Fashion.
Fashion started. Have you ever gotten into fashion? Has that happened?
Briefly, I've had my phases.
What would you wear? Like a polo? Were you a polo guy?
My into fashion was like,
you were a polo guy in high school.
Everybody was a polo guy in high school. We all wore the same stupid.
That was our uniform.
Same dummy. You know what? I'm not gonna lie.
Polo guy.
I was probably polo guy first year of like college too, because I didn't know what else there was to wear.
Know what else to wear?
I'm like, I'm wearing
polos.
I hated it because I remember like probably the first week of college, I looked in the mirror and I was wearing a black polo and khakis, and I was like, this has got to stop. Like this can't be my reality. Like I'm free from this. And
yeah, dude, you gotta change that, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who took you shopping? Did you have a role model? Did you have somebody
who took me shopping? Who's your mentor?
Did you have somebody like speak into your life?
No, I think what it was like I couldn't get fashion because I wasn't fashion. I just started making my own T-shirts, and I bought one and I wore that T-shirt and I called it fashion.
Really? So you were you even I didn't know this. So you were kind of creating your own fashion line.
Well, yeah, it was called Free, and you know what? Man, we're getting into it. It was called Free, and I wanted it to, like, all the proceeds be donated to, like, free charity, baby. No, I wanted it to be toward, like, I wanted it to be, like, the clothing line was the revenue for a nonprofit that helped people that were stuck in sex trafficking to be free. So it was called Free for that reason.
Wow.
And it got off the ground, and I was selling a couple t-shirts, and I was like, this is going well.
Yeah.
And then my graphic designer and photographer, like, moved to, like, a country in Asia, and, like, I felt like I was at a young point where I was just like, well, that's it. Okay, I'm done.
You gave up.
I gave up on it.
You gave up on freedom.
I gave up on freedom. And I think the other part was, like, I don't know how to get people out of sex trafficking.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Like, I had these huge ambitions, and I was like, how is my t-shirt going to help that? I don't know.
Do you even know where you were sending the money?
I wasn't branding it as that yet. It was just the name, and the money came to me, and I was like, I don't know where to put this. And I think I just, like, kept the $18.20.
Wow, but you made $18.
That's right.
Let's go, $18.
Profitable
Right there. Let's go.
Yeah, my conscience after this is going to go crazy. I'm going to go donate $18 to the next sex trafficking charity.
Wherever that is. Oh, my word, dude.
And, man, I got to say it. Ashton Kutcher has one, a nonprofit.
Yes, he does.
Just so people know. I think it's called Thorn or something. It's like
Probably.
software. I don't know. Regardless.
It's beautiful. It's really good.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Fashion for you, though. You got into fashion.
Yeah, I got into fashion, bro. I started fashion senior year of high school. Okay.
Right. Okay.
And because my role model was Cam Newton of the Carolina Panthers.
I do remember this.
Quarterback. So I would wear the most ridiculous hats.
No way.
Dude, so we went on a Spanish field trip to LA. All right, we went to Chinatown. All right, bro.
All right.
I straight roll up and I pick, like, dude, the craziest, like, circular hat, like, just huge circular hat.
What are we talking in diameter here?
Bro, I don't know diameter.
3 feet?
3 feet. Dude, it was huge, bro. Anyway, so I bring it back to school, right? Like, I'm like, dude, I'm going to be fashionable like Cam Newton. He wears these hats, these cool hats. Yeah. You don't know Cam Newton, look him up. The story will make more sense.
You're just going to see a picture of people dabbing. That's all
seriously.
See.
And, like, I was like, dude, the people are gonna love me. Like, oh my.
LA's my city.
Dude, I'm like, dude, this is gonna be crazy. So I buy it. I buy that, and I buy an umbrella hat. And so this umbrella hat was literally a hat that circled around your head. It was a headband.
Oh my
and then
gosh.
It bursted up into an umbrella, bro.
Yeah.
Rainbow umbrella.
I can
it was a rainbow umbrella, and this was my fashion. And so I rode up to high school the next day wearing my very Chinese-looking circular fashion hat. And I think there was 10 people that day who called me a racist. 10 people called me racist for wearing that hat.
Toward
the worst decision I've probably ever made. Like, one guy, like, came up to me and said, hey, you're really offending me and my culture by wearing that hat.
By wearing an umbrella hat?
Not the umbrella hat, bro. It was a circular hat. Dude, it was... bad, bro. So I wore it the rest of the day because I was like, I'm not offending. Like, seriously, like, I got this in LA. Yeah. I look back at pictures now, bro. I'm like,
dude,
wow, that was really, really bad. But that was when the fashion started. So
I'm missing something here, though. You're gonna have to explain it to me. What? Why is the hat offensive?
So it was like, okay, so. We're gonna really get into this.
I need to. I want to know why.
This. So those, like, stereotypically, like, those hats that you see people wear who are fishing.
Oh, okay, got it. I get it now. Really?
Dude,
yeah.
Straight called me racist, like, the whole day, and it probably was. It was probably appropriating culture. Now that I know that, but at that time I didn't know that. Like, I was not educated on those different kind of topics.
That's crazy.
So for me, I thought it was fashion. I thought it was being creative.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, hey, like
a fun, daring thing.
Nobody wears this, and I'm gonna do it, and I got in mad trouble for it. Like, so that ended that. I wore the umbrella. Hat. I stuck with the umbrella hat.
That's good. Nobody called you racist.
Nobody called me racist. No, they just called me an idiot.
Yeah,
for that
for fashion, baby.
Right, exactly. What you do, what you do for fashion. But after that, when I got to LA, I really I got accustomed to the culture, and then joined church and wanted to dress like a worship leader and all those different kind of things.
You're wearing a worship
I'm wearing an Elevation
Sweater,
Worship sweater right now.
Yeah.
My favorite band. Shout out Elevation.
Shout out.
Do you know those guys?
I don't know those guys.
Dude, I'm going to have to show you some of their music.
What's going on, everybody? I wanted to take a moment from this podcast to talk about one of my sponsors. That's right, sponsor number 2. What a blessing. Have you ever been sweating in public and then it dries and then you have this stain under your armpits on your shirt? Well, do I have news for you? Shirt deodorant. You don't want your shirt to smell. Nobody does. You don't want your shirt to have a stain. Removes the stain, removes the stench, and it's gonna get you. It's gonna change your life. Truly will change your life. That's not real, but you know what is real. Nickolas is real. Nickolas.com, NickolasNatali.com, and yeah, go head over there. YouTube.com/NickolasNatali. Post every Monday on that. Patreon.com/NickolasNatali. That's all I wanted to say. Back to the podcast, baby.
Please do.
So good.
Please show me some of
Do
the
Baptists not listen to music? I asked you about Bethel earlier. You didn't know Bethel.
I'm not Baptist, so I don't know. I don't know.
You went to CPU. They don't let you dance. They don't let you listen to music.
Yeah, in chapel, we actually just all hummed together because we didn't want any rhythm to come out of our bodies.
Right, there was no drums because drums
Yeah.
are from the devil.
Yeah, exactly. No music allowed whatsoever. God does not rejoice in dance.
Dude, what would you sing in chapel?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I did online chapel and I got the answers from other people.
No.
You had to take a quiz at the end, and I would just take the quiz because there was group messages that would send
for
around
real.
chapel answers.
You did online chapel.
And above that, you had to give a reason why you couldn't go to chapel. And I always said I had work, like I had a job that I never had. So I was all like, because I just wanted more time to like study and stuff, but that's probably bad of me.
Wow, that's actually awesome.
I mean, all they need
Props
is
for that,
a
dude.
point of contact in a company. So.
Honestly, bro, you were doing so much Bible reading behind the scenes. You didn't need chapel.
There you go.
You know,
That's the guy.
That was the cherry on top.
Yeah.
You were memorizing portions of scripture.
I
Left and
was.
right.
Left and right.
You were
dude.
just.
They were
quoting.
like, bro, you should come do chapel.
No,
you
seriously.
know? And I was like, well, I got work.
Bro,
or else I would.
Exactly. And they were like, can you teach on the book of Leviticus?
I'm like, oh, that's my favorite book.
That's my favorite.
I've been, my whole body's been dry from that book. I love it.
But yeah, fashion. Okay,
Fashion.
So I got accustomed to worship leader fashion and just started growing up. I want to create my own clothing line, so that's
Okay.
why I was interested in freedom. I might do something similar. Can I take your idea?
You can take my
Maybe.
idea, but please do something better with the proceeds.
Right, you're right.
Please plan it through a little better than me. I was running fast in
You were just
no
like,
direction.
What did the shirt look like?
I would still wear it. It's
Yeah.
just the logo. It was
Nice.
like free in some cursive with a circle around
That's
it.
dope.
Oh, so dope.
That's really cool.
I felt complimented because I made it.
Yeah.
And then like I think a few months went by and I saw like a very similar Hurley shirt.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like I feel like I probably should have been like, oh, somebody has that idea. But part of me was like, that's pretty cool. I thought of something Hurley would do. You know, like I was kind of complimented by it.
That was something Hurley would do.
Yeah.
I would have been like, Hurley stole my idea.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been offended.
Hurley's been reading my text. My graphic designer's leaking our stuff.
That
She didn't
darn
leave for
government.
Asia. She's been like freaking hoarding money from Hurley from me.
That's actually really funny. That's why she left. That's why she left, because she was in trouble with Hurley. So she straight got out of there.
I think she was a little intimidated by me in the beginning.
Oh, was she?
Because I like asked her, I guess I did come off strong. I was like, hey, I'm opening a business bank account. Do you want me to put your name on it? And
Oh yeah, that's a little bit strong.
yeah, and I didn't know her. Like I had just met her, and I was like, so I just needed a graphic designer. So I don't know. Like she was the first one, and she called somebody that lived on my hall and like said, hey, is this guy like normal and legit? And he like immediately hung up and came to me and was like, dude, what are you doing?
Oh my word.
him.
That's awesome, dude. That's really cool.
That's good stuff.
I love that.
Anyway, okay, so I want to get into like let's say the first few weeks here at UCLA.
Yeah.
Spiritual journey side.
Wow. Yeah.
Let's dive into the spiritual journey
Let's
side.
go. Seriously.
Of you met some people.
Oh, yeah.
You met a good group of people that wanted good things for you in their mind.
Yeah, dude, when I first got here to UCLA, so I was raised in a very, like, conservative home. Mm-hmm. And I'd never drank before in my life. I had never, like, really attended a party of that nature. I grew up in the same school from high school, from kindergarten to 12th grade, knowing the same people.
Wow.
We all, like, me and my 10, like, closest friends took the same classes, walked the same routes to school, were together all of the time. We were doing sleepovers senior year. Like,
yeah.
Bro, this is, like, legit
bros
stuff.
For life, yeah.
Like, you're bros for life, okay? Like, once you're doing sleepovers, as like an
it
18-year-old,
elevates,
it elevates your game. And so being stripped away from all of that and into a completely new environment where you know absolutely nobody. And there's 60,000 people here. A teacher told me, she goes, Trevor, you're gonna be going from a big fish in a small pond to a small fish in a big pond.
It's a fact.
And I told her, this was Miss Street, I told her, Miss Street, I respect you. And that's okay, but I'm actually going to UCLA, like, with the mentality that I'm a big fish in a big pond.
Nice. What a guy.
Like, seriously.
Coming in hot. Okay.
Seriously. Like, how arrogant can you be?
Yeah.
But that was my high school brain. So I came here thinking that, well, I was mad hit with the reality of life. That you are not a big fish in a big pond, bro.
Lucky to be a tadpole.
Yeah, seriously. You're lucky to be... Yeah, so... I was like, man, what am I going to do? And I was like, I'm going to join a frat.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't tell you this.
No, I'm excited. Let's go.
But I was like, man, I can be a frat boy for Jesus, dude. Like, I can do that, man. Like, I don't really talk like him.
Infiltrate from within.
But you can infiltrate from within.
Yeah.
And so I walked in and I toured the frats. And I remember, like, dude, I toured every single one. But I recognized, and somebody wise told me this. They said, you want to know if, this is relationship advice, but this is life advice in general. If you want to know if you're in the right spot, keep a tab, or if you're with the right person, keep a tab on what you talk about and where you go with the people that you hang around, the environment that you're going in, or the person that you're with. Yeah. And that'll tell you if, like,
it's beneficial. Fruitful.
It is beneficial and fruitful for you. Well, as I look back on it, it was not beneficial. Fruitful. Oh, no. I walked in, bro, and the first conversations that you have are about sex with women and, like, sex with women. Anybody, like, whatever.
Whatever your flavor is.
Yeah, whatever your flavor. And then we would talk about that, and then we would talk about sports. So those were the two things.
There you go. You're great at talking sports. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so I had that one down. And then the last one was, bro, like, can't wait to drink with you. Like what's your favorite drink? Like, all this kind of stuff. So I didn't know any alcohol, bro. Like, I didn't know a single name. So you just say the commercial that you got, like Budweiser, of course.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I love a good Bud. I love the Bud, you know? So, like, Yeah. And so they were talking to me. Every frat was these three conversations. And it got so bad because it was like, I would ask them, oh, yeah, like, what's the best part about being here, like, in a frat? And they would tell me, well, we go on a year-long, or every year we go on a retreat. And that retreat, you get to take a date, and you get your own room. And for 3 days, you get to sleep with that girl.
Wow.
And, like, that's, like, the best time of being in a frat. And I was like, what? I'm a virgin. I don't drink. Like, this is, like, okay. And so I just left. And I was like, all right, I'm going to find community somewhere else. Yeah. A lot of stuff happened and transpired throughout the course of that year as I, like, tried to grow spiritually and mature in my walk. And then all of a sudden, I got out of, like, a mad depression.
Why were you depressed?
Well, I ended things with a relationship that I was in at the time. So that was my first relationship. That was my first kiss. That was, like...
everything. First love.
First love, like, just whatever. And so for me, it was like... oh, that was just rough. Yeah. Giving your heart and then it just being ripped away.
Yeah, right out of you.
Ferociously. And so, ferociously. Like, it probably wasn't that bad, but...
I don't know. Maybe it was.
Maybe. That's how it felt, right? Your feelings matter.
No, feelings do matter. But
I feel like I'm validated on the Nick Natali podcast. I feel like I'm validated.
I mean, I've been through a breakup. Like,
exactly.
It hurts.
Exactly. It hurts.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to study the Bible. I didn't really know any of the Bible. Couldn't quote John 3:16.
Right.
Okay, like just couldn't.
Can you quote it now?
For God so loved the world, He gave His one and only Son, that whoever believes in Him shall not perish but have everlasting.
Are you sure that wasn't a rap? I feel like that might have been a rap.
I just, you can slow that down in the editing room.
Oh yeah, my editing lab. Let me take the track back to the lab.
Oh yeah, no, I know it now, but
Thank you. You just proved it. Thank you.
Oh my word! Like, look how many scriptures I've memorized for the Nick Natali Show.
That's good. Oh, you prepared for this. That's good.
Oh,
okay.
100%, bro.
Okay,
Can't you tell?
No, I can tell. You said ferociously, so I can tell.
I worked on my outfit all morning this morning too. Like, really? I was like, what am I gonna wear to the Nick Natali Show? My dad told me, Trevor, is there video? And I was like, wait, no, there's no video. It's just a podcast. So, anyways, met this group of people.
Trevor's wearing just underwear right now. He came to the conclusion of a Speedo.
Could you imagine? That would have been awesome.
Maybe we'll take a little interlude real quick and change.
For those of you who don't know, I wanted to make this the best podcast I've ever been on. And
it's happening?
I feel like it's happening.
Okay,
I feel like it's happening, dude. I feel like oh, my word. Okay. Where are we at? So I met these group of guys who came up to me reading the Bible. I started in the book of John. Because that's every pastor ever tells you. Start in the book of John.
Yeah.
And so I did. Started reading the Bible, and this group of guys come up to me, and they start talking to me, invite me out to a Bible study. I was like, cool community. Yeah. Finally. Yeah. People I relate to, right? Yeah. Anyways, they, basically we did Bible studies every day from morning, like in the morning and at nighttime.
Double up.
For some, oh, dude.
2 days.
Talk about spiritual gains, bro. Yeah. Like, seriously, 2 days.
People say exercise your body.
Seriously.
Why not exercise your spirit?
Exercise the spirit. I don't date a girl unless she says I study the Bible twice a day.
2 days.
Like,
if she says I'm hitting 2 days, she better be talking about the Bible.
I could care less about the gym. I'm talking about the Bible, all right? When I ask you that
squat down and pick up that Bible, girl. Exactly.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, group of guys.
Yeah, so they start teaching me the Bible for the course of like 4 weeks. And in the matter of 4 weeks, I was raised in the church, raised in a very good church under a very good family who taught me the Bible and everything. In the matter of 4 weeks, they had changed my beliefs to thinking that I need to be baptized in order to be saved in their church. And I asked them, like, is Billy Graham saved? Is, like, anybody else saved? And they were like, no, like, that's the name you think of, Billy Graham, right?
Yeah.
So even Billy Graham
not saved.
Wasn't saved. And so they were telling me that. They were telling me I needed to tithe 10% of my college scholarship and an additional 25% of it in order to fund more churches in other states. I needed to leave UCLA and join their Bible college because I was gifted and had the gift of communication and had a huge calling on my life and was supposed to preach in that church. Like, that's what they would tell you. Yeah. So they would pump you up. They'd gas you up.
Yeah. Which felt good. You can't. Oh, yeah, dude. Like, you can't deny that.
If you want anybody ever to, like, do something for you, you just tell them, oh, you're
called for this. You're made for this.
You're made for this, man. Yeah. Like, ever. Which is very spiritual language, and it's good to tell people that, but it means a lot. Yeah. And it carries a lot of weight. And so then they wanted me to leave my family because they wanted me to leave my family. I was going to go home over summer, and they wanted me to leave my family in order to join their church over here. And they would use scripture they would take it out of context, and they would basically spin it for a specific purpose. So they would use the story of Mary and James walking up to Jesus, and Mary going like, Jesus, what are you doing? You're out of your mind. And Jesus is sitting with a bunch of people, and he goes, my family's not the church, but this is the church. Yeah. And they would use scriptures like that to say,
look at Jesus.
Look at what Jesus did. Like, he's leaving his family, and he is now with the church. Whoever believes the same way, and whoever is like your community down here is your family. And in order to save your family, you have to, like, leave them and, like, bring them in. So they were very evangelical that way. Yeah. So I was about to get baptized in the church and about to, like, leave everything I've ever loved. Just gone. Leave UCLA, bro. And everything I've worked for my whole life. Yeah. In the matter of 4 weeks. Yeah. The power of taking things out of context, taking scripture out of context, not looking at who spoke it and who they were speaking to. What's the context of it all? Yeah, like, what's the meaning of the passage? Your exegesis, your theology has to be accurate when you're preaching the word. Yeah. Or you will give people the wrong impression. You will give them there's so many things, so many bad things that could happen. And that's like, that has to be, if you're gonna be in ministry, that has to be number one. I gotta wrestle with the scripture, and I gotta solidify it for myself and realize, like, what do I believe about this? And do your due diligence in looking at the context and the exegesis portion.
Which they were.
Side note, that was a side note.
Which they were not.
They were not, but they were intentionally
taking that.
Which is vicious, dude.
Yeah.
That is vicious. Anybody that does that for their own gain, oh my word. There's a portion of scripture that says that, like, oh, like, that's horrible.
Yeah. Manipulative.
So,
yeah.
I don't know where that's at. I think it's somewhere in there.
Strong in your theology,
Just put it in Leviticus. Nobody reads it anyways.
There you go.
No, just kidding. Terrible. But yeah, so I was about to do it and called my mom, said, Mom, I'm getting baptized in this church on Sunday. This was 4 weeks into it. And she said, what? Like, she freaked out.
Because you had already been baptized.
Already been baptized.
Yeah.
And she freaked out. She goes, what are you doing? Like, what church are you in? Why are you being baptized? And I started telling her about all this, like, stuff that they've been teaching me.
And you hadn't spoken to them in 4 weeks, right?
In a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I hadn't talked to anybody. Like, my friends were texting me and telling me, like, Trevor, are you dead? Like, I haven't seen you. Friends at UCLA that I saw every day. Was not seeing them because I was with this church the whole time. And, yeah, dude, crazy. So my mom and my dad gets off work. They drive down with my brother and my sister to UCLA, 2 hours away. They drive down to UCLA at 10 o'clock. They get here at 12 a.m. 12 in the morning, they pick me up, drive me 2 miles away from UCLA to a Starbucks.
Right.
So we sit down at this Starbucks. There's nobody on the streets, bro. It is empty. Every business is closed down. Nobody is there. And we just start arguing the Bible.
Wow. As a family.
As a family, dude. Talk
Bonding
about
time.
Family goals, bro. Oh, my word. If your family's not arguing Bible at the dinner table, I don't know what you're doing. Anyway, so they start pulling out scriptures like the thief on the cross. Like, how could he be saved if like, he wasn't baptized? How, like, they start pulling out, my brother pulled out Romans 10:9, like, if you declare with your mouth and believe in your heart Jesus Lord, you will be saved. My mom's pulling out Ephesians 2:8-9, for it is by grace you've been saved, not of works.
Mm-hmm.
And all of these things, but this church had taught me how to fight against.
Oh, didn't they prep you? They prepped you for this, right?
Yeah. They prepped me before my mom and my dad came, because I told them, I was like, they're coming down to change my mind. They gave me scriptures. They gave me, like, everything that I needed in order to walk in and defend
this newfound faith.
Dude, crazy stuff. And all of a sudden, we're there for 45 minutes, and this dude walks around the corner. Never seen him in my life, wearing a UCLA sweatshirt. This crazy, man. Like, and he looks at us. When does this ever happen, bro? He looks at us and says, "Are you guys studying the Bible?" Like, in the middle of LA.
Excuse me. Oh.
Have you ever, like, in like Cal Baptist, and a Christian, anybody ever walk up to you, see you studying the Bible, but, you know what? Can I sit down and study the Bible with you?
Never in my life.
Never happens, bro. So this dude sits down and starts reading the Bible with us in the fight of my life, trying to convert my family to this newfound Christianity, and they're trying to take me back and like,
save your soul,
slap me across the face.
Yeah.
And this dude sits there for 15 minutes, listens, and then interjects, and he says, "Hey, can I have some time to talk?" And I go, "Yeah." And so he stands up out of his chair and he says, "Trevor, you are being completely confused. You need to leave this church." And he quotes Ephesians 2:8-9. And then he pushes in his chair and he walks around the corner. And then I just...
Never to be seen again.
Never to be seen again. And my mom's like, "Trev, you've been praying for a sign. What do you think that was?"
Yeah.
I was so confused, though, because I didn't know if it was from God or from the enemy.
Right.
Because the church was teaching me that I was going to face persecution. And
right.
The enemy, because of my calling, the enemy was going to try as hard as he could to get me off track.
Right.
And he was going to use my family. He was going to use outside sources. He was going to use signs. He was
everything that's telling you.
Everything that's telling you.
Going away from church. Don't do it.
Don't do it. And I believed it.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I was with them 24/7.
And you had a calling.
And I had a calling. And you had community. Think about not having any friends. And then all of a sudden you have... Dude, this church, when I first walked in the church, everybody knew everything about me.
Really?
People knew, like... Oh, dude, it was crazy. The amount of, like, love that they showed you, like, it was so weird. But it was so, like, it just felt good. Because you felt like the superstar.
How did they know so much about you?
You sat in the front row. You were, like... Everybody knew your name. Everybody knew everything. It was, like... I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
Because the guy that I first got introduced to, obviously,
Spread the word.
Spread the word around me, and then everybody knew my name. I didn't even have to introduce my own name, dude.
No way.
So we...
No way. Oh my gosh.
Not joking. This is crazy. And so we get back, my mom and my dad go home, they drive me back. The next day, I'm just freaking out about it, and I'm walking to class, and these guys are walking with me, and they're telling me, the church, and they're telling me, dude, we've never seen persecution like this before. This is crazy. I can't believe this happens. This happened to you. And I say, yeah, I know. And at this time, I was reading the whole Bible, so I said, all right, I got to go to class. I get out of class, I go down to a coffee shop. I'm reading Galatians.
Right.
I finally got to the book of Galatians, and I didn't consider anything else, but when I was reading it, Galatians in the first chapter says, I am so astonished that you're quickly abandoning a gospel you were once taught for a brand new one that's throwing you into confusion. That's Galatians chapter 1.
Right there.
Yeah. Right there. I didn't even look to see, like, if it was figurative or literal or who Paul was talking about, who Paul was writing this to. It was literally those words jumped off the page, and everything made sense. I was like, I am being confused. At that moment, this girl walks over to me. She goes, hey, I need to pray with you. And I go, why? And she goes, I just really feel like I need to pray with you.
Never met her.
Never met her before in my life. And so I tell her this story. Crazy, dude. She just encourages me. She says, listen, like, I've been in this church before. You need to leave. And I just transferred to, like, from University of Texas to UCLA. And prays with me and says, please leave the church. And so I get up. And
did you ask her, like, did you feel something about me that was
I never asked her. It was too much for me to even handle. It was just like, wow.
She just sought you out.
Yeah. And just pray for me and whatever. And I left and called my dad and said, Dad, I'm leaving the church. My dad broke down crying. He'd been fasting for like a week for me to leave. So it was a huge win for him. My mom came and picked me up. And then at that moment, I had about 3 weeks left until summer break from UCLA. Went home over summer, got plugged into church on a brand new scale, took discipleship classes, met with pastors, relearning theology, relearning how to read the Bible, how to correctly teach the Bible. And it was at that time that I started feeling an inward passion to teach Scripture, to preach, and to do full-time ministry. So,
have you ever considered that prior? Was that always in your vision?
When I was 5 years old, or even like around that age, anytime anybody asked me what I wanted to do, like my grandparents, my mom, my dad, I would always tell them I wanted to be a pastor. So from a young age, I wanted to. Right. That was a desire. And I think that was a seed that was planted for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know how. But it went away. It went away, and I wanted to do physical therapy for college. I wanted to maybe even do counseling, and then I wanted to be on the radio for a short portion. And then after this experience, Genesis 50:20 says that for what the enemy meant for evil, God means for good, and through it the saving of many lives. And that for me has become my life's verse, because everything that I faced during that trial of, like, when saying I finally said I want to commit to learning the Bible, to being thrown into confusion. What the enemy meant for evil, God's going to use for good, and hopefully it's going to give me passion to continue to seek out and teach the Bible in a correct way, and save. Hopefully that can help save many lives. So
lost souls. Reach
the souls, man.
Gotta do it.
That's what that was a crazy experience. Talk about, I was getting very minimal sleep throughout the whole time, because I was just like, God, where are you? I'm leaving everything.
Yeah.
I finally said I'm going to, like, read the Bible, and all of a sudden you're taking everything away from me.
Yeah, how does that make sense?
Any sense.
Yeah.
Any sense. Which, like, was crazy to me. Absolutely crazy to me. But I learned a lot from it.
I mean, I sure hope so. What ended up being that church? What was that church?
Called the
because you did post all the decisions. You didn't get baptized,
right?
And then you found out what it actually was.
Right. It's called the International Church of Christ, and so it's you can look it up. They got churches all across on college campuses.
Yeah,
they're big on college campuses for some reason. There's articles by, like, Fox News, CNN. There's a documentary video about it on YouTube. Just type it up. And there's, like, articles. UCLA had actually written an article about it because they were causing so much controversy.
Yeah.
And so it was huge. They're huge on college campuses. And yeah, man, just crazy stuff. So now, when I go to a church, anybody out there, when you go to a church, read the What We Believe tab on their church website to see what do these guys actually believe. Because you can't trust anymore. You can't trust walking into a church and just saying, and like, you can't trust that they believe the same thing that you believe, which in a way helps you dig deeper into the scripture and actually makes you better personally.
Because that's what you had to do.
I had to, dude. You got to claw for that stuff, man. Like, there's so much meaning in the scripture. Stephen Furtick says it this way, that he's like, when he's writing a sermon, he'll start out with a thought, right? He'll explore that thought. He's a pastor of Elevation Church, and he'll have to mine through the dirt and swipe away, kind of like he's digging for gold, like mining for gold, and swipe away at all the dirt in order to find like the gold for people. And sometimes you have to. Sometimes you read it literally. Sometimes you read it figuratively. You have to do correct exegesis and correct context and do your research and do your due diligence in order to teach it effectively and learn more. And the more you spend with it, the more you learn, the more you grow, the more you become. And so honestly, it's like a book that just like, it's a love story that just never, it just never stops teaching you. And you could spend hours and hours and hours with it, but you'll get new meaning and new life from it every time. So when people tell me like, oh, the Bible's boring, or I just can't read it, I'm just like, are you even reading the same book as me? Because it's so complex and it's so beautifully articulated, but yet it's so simple and it's so gratifying. And it's just amazing that no matter where you are in your spiritual walk, you can like,
there's a place for you in the Bible.
There's a place for you. And whether you're beginning and you don't know what you're even reading, and like all of a sudden you're just like, actually that kind of makes sense, and then all of a sudden you get into complex ideas about, dude, I'm studying like about like predestination and all these complex ideas that theologians have argued about since the Protestant Reformation in the 15th century. And Martin Luther and John Calvin and all these guys, what do they talk about? And there's just so much to explore and so much to think about and wonder about. You just can't get bored with it.
That's true.
You just can't get bored with it. I don't know how it happens, but
one interesting aspect of it, though, that I would like to bring up is prophecy. And you've had, I don't know, what's your take on it? What's been your experience with it?
So there's I believe it's in Corinthians. It says that you should eager after the spiritual gifts, especially prophecy. So prophecy is a gift that the Holy Spirit imparts to people, and that's either a word of knowledge, that could be an encouragement. Some people even, I've read books about it, like even encouraging someone is a form of prophecy. So a word of knowledge, like literally having an aspect that you never knew about someone else, and all of a sudden you just feel like you should say it. And then that being what the person needed. So there was one case, the best form is to just talk about what happened to me. And so when I was finally coming out, I started feeling this internal passion to go into full-time ministry. And basically I was looking at every website ever, and every website was, okay, you'll start with an internal fire and drive. You just can't see yourself doing anything else, right? And so I was like, I got that. Like, I got that one. I want to preach the word. I want to do it right. I want to like help people and love on people and just do all this different kind of stuff. Go to different nations, everything. I had that passion. And then the second thing was you will receive external confirmation.
And you can trust the internet.
You can trust the internet.
Because everything on the internet,
bro, like,
100%
I trust
true.
the internet 24/7. Like, if the internet was gone, this is why God put me in this age. Dude, I can't get, like, to Walmart without Google Maps.
You guys can MapQuest it and print it out.
Dude,
before.
in a zombie apocalypse, I'm the first one to die. I'm gone, okay?
Where's my car again? iPhone always tells me, updating your parking location. No, and I'm
serious.
like, okay. Serious. I don't know why you know that, but okay.
Serious, dude. Like, it's bad. I don't know where I'd be without the phone. So, that's why I was not born in the Middle Ages. I can tell you that.
No, you know.
I wouldn't have lasted. Seriously. I take 3 showers a day, Nick. 3 showers
That's
a day.
That was a true fact that you told
That's
me?
a true
That was
fact.
not a
You
hyperbole?
think I'm playing, bro. I take 3 showers a day.
Why?
1 in the morning, 1 in the mid-afternoon after I'm done with class, and then 1 after I get home from church.
Why?
So I go to church like 4 or 5 times a week.
But why shower so much?
Dude, like, you have to feel clean. It comes from this, like, oh my gosh, dude.
You wanna wake up and be clean for your day and then
dude.
Shower so you feel clean.
I need to feel
for your
clean,
night.
but I feel like my skin is like now it's just
glowing,
super oily, you know, because it's like I'm so like I take so many showers and shampoo 3 times a day. People tell me they don't like. Is that bad? Somebody in the comment section tell me if that's bad.
I shampoo probably 2 to 3 times a week.
Head and shoulders.
I would do Head and Shoulders.
Yeah.
I would do it.
Yeah. What do you do? Axe?
I do whatever is available. You know me.
Yeah.
I'm showering all over the place.
Yeah, for sure. You only do it 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
That's what I'm stuck on. 2 or 3 times a week.
I heard that's better for your noggin.
If I'm bald, then we're gonna know for sure. If you got good hair and I'm bald.
Or if your hair is bad, as in unhealthy, not shining.
What does my hair look? Is it good?
It looks very healthy. Yeah. You look like you got a good healthy head of hair.
Thank you. I did like a swoop this morning. My mom commented on it. I took a blow dryer to it for like the first time in a long time. She goes, "Wow, you got a nice swoop." I was like, I know, seriously. Like,
hit up Nike.
Talk about frat boy haircuts. Like, seriously, right here.
That's why they were trying to catcall you in. They're like, that boy with the swoop.
That boy right there with the swoop.
Get him in here, because I want to have a brewski with him. Him and his swoop. 2 beers.
Get one for the swoop.
Yeah, you got to.
But yeah, so I walk into this church service. I'm asking God for weeks. I'm like, I need external confirmation. My uncle tells me, hey, I really see you going into full-time ministry. Like, last night I was praying and I just really feel like that's it. And I was like, that's a family member.
Yeah. He knows you. He knows what's going on.
He knows me. He knows what's going on. He knows I, like, love to listen to sermons because I was listening to so many sermons at the time. So I said, God, I want it to come from somebody who doesn't know me.
Right.
Went to this church service with my buddy and I went up to go get prayer afterwards and he gets in front of me and I just zone in.
This guy, known for prophecy.
Right. Ben Lim is his name. Ben Lim. He's an absolute beast. If I ever get a chance to meet him, I'm going to tell him this date changed my life. Changed the course of my life forever.
What was your take on prophecy prior?
I was freaked out by it. I didn't know if it was true, if it wasn't true. Like, I wasn't settled on the gift of tongues, like all these different kinds of gifts that, the Bible talks about. I was like, I don't know.
It's
because it's so abused now in popular culture too.
Exactly. It's an interesting topic just because I think of that very reason. I am under the opinion that it is possible and that it does happen, but I want to err on the side of caution, kind of like as I told you prior about this experience that I had that somebody said, man, I just felt like you were feeling so down when I was just sitting down during worship instead of standing with them because I was tired.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And I'm like... I think the problem is don't say something is from God when it's not.
Right.
Like, when you can just observe, maybe I was tired and you want to come tell me, hey man, you look really tired.
Yeah.
Don't say, God told me to tell you, you look like a tired piece of crap and you should go home and sleep instead of this.
Exactly. And there's different, there's this book that I'm reading by Sean Bowles and he talks about all this. And you can tell what's not from God and what is from God.
Right.
Because it changes. When it's from God, it's an encounter.
Yeah.
And a single encounter with God can change your entire course.
Yeah.
And if you feel like, wow, my life has changed because of that, guaranteed. And it's encouraging and it lines up with the character of God and who God is and the God you read about in the Bible. Rick Warren says this, before we go any further, Rick Warren says this. He says, stop listening stop yearning for a sign and start reading the word, because a lot of time the prophecy that you are desiring for is literally already written down. So that's encouraging. So whatever you may be going through, if you're listening, just take a quick moment.
Take a quick moment, man.
Go read the word and open it up, and God knows your situation, and just start open it up. And as you mature more, God will, like, he'll ask you to dig even deeper, which is what I've been seeing recently, like, dig deeper through it. But anyways, so this moment, I walk up and I start to get prayer. Oh, speaking of, quick tangent, somebody walked up to my pastor when she was young and said, like, in college, and she said, yeah, God told me that we were going to be together. So,
oh my
so
gosh!
Like, you also have that kind of stuff.
Hey, if you're a Christian dude, and you don't want to be with your girlfriend anymore, hit her with that line. Yeah. God told me I can't be with you anymore.
Right,
or
exactly.
God told me I need to focus on him more and you less, so we can be together.
Oh, dang!
That's the classic line.
Teach, preach,
dude.
That's pretty good.
You hear that so much.
That's an easy way out for sure.
It is. That's the Christian boy way out. The immature spiritual walk guy. That's his go-to line.
Word. That's it right there.
Yeah. If you want to date around your freaking youth group, just use that line over and over.
Just use that line, bro.
God wasn't telling me it was you, so maybe I'll try her.
Samantha.
Yeah,
it was Samantha. I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, God.
Sorry. If anybody else wants to go on the date,
right? Exactly.
Everybody else wants to meet me one-on-one for coffee. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, trial and error.
Trial and error.
But yeah, so I walk up and I'm with this guy, Ben Lim, and I'm zoned in, dude. His eyes meet my eyes, and it's just like love at first sight. I didn't even know. That's terrible. So we're just locked in. It felt like nothing else mattered but that moment. And I asked God before I walked up there, I said, God, if this is from you, if this prophecy is going to be from you, because I knew I was going to get something. I said, I want the first words out of his mouth to be, you are called to be a pastor. And if that's the case, I will know that it's you.
Yeah.
So we're locked in, we're zoned in, right? First words out of his mouth, you're called to be a pastor. Wow. After that, he starts talking.
You have never met this man before.
Never met this man.
Okay.
Then he starts talking to me about coaching a middle school baseball team, which I was doing. That and the previous year, I was the coach of our middle school baseball team at our school. And he tells me God is raising me up to be a leader, and he's giving me experiences in order to increase my leadership capabilities and learn more. And he talked to me about a few other things, stuff he would have never, ever knew about my life. He was telling me, I've never talked to this dude once. And encouraged me. He said, "Don't ever worry about finances. You're gonna worry about them, but just know that God is going to be faithful and that you're gonna be okay." And then told me at the very end, that I was gonna create a type of church that reached the homeless.
Wow.
In a big way. So,
heck yeah,
that was really cool. And anytime you receive something like that, you always take it back to the Word. You take it back in prayer. But for me, in that moment, it was the most real experience of my life where I actually felt like I had just been communicated to by God through someone else. And that encounter, that moment, changed the course of my life. And I went back to school, changed my major to English and religion, started to really invest into looking at church in a different way, started to read the Bible in a different way, started to be consumed with leadership and all this different kind of stuff. And it was crazy.
It was crazy. Your story stands out to me just because it errs on the side of so much spiritual interaction. Yeah. Does that make sense? So many spiritual encounters that are, how do I say it? You don't hear about them often, really. Yeah. And, I mean, I think it's pretty cool because the side, I think there's people, man, I don't want to generalize.
Sure.
I think people are scared to believe that miracles are real. I think people are scared to believe that God actually works in our lives. Yeah. And to hear experiences from the horse's mouth, I mean, I do trust you that they're true. That has to be part of it. But to hear that they are legit and things are happening in the spiritual world makes it harder to deny that.
Oh, for sure.
They're not real, you know?
And sometimes, I mean, the enemy knows, right? The enemy knows that these things, I feel like these things are happening. And for me, the only thing you can't debate somebody on, you can debate somebody on the Bible. You can debate somebody on everything. The only thing you can't debate them on is your life experience. Because you know exactly what God's done for you. And if you take a break and you take a look at, life is lived forward and understood backwards. So you look back at your life and you say, wow, like, God has saved me from so many things. Like, none of that makes sense.
Yeah.
It has to be God.
Yeah.
I met up with a friend the other day who told me this exact thing. And I've been asking him to come to church for 5 years, bro. 5 years.
That's
and
patience. Wow.
We met up at Denny's for his birthday. And he started opening up to me about suicidal thoughts and depression and stuff. Just stuff, dude. Like, crazy stuff. And I tell him, like, look, man, I want you, like, throw out everything you think about God. Throw out everything you think about the universe. Because he was like, I'm an atheist. I don't believe. He was firm. And I said, throw it all out. Just give God a shot. Walk in to church with me on Friday. And if you don't feel peace and community and presence and joy and love, if you don't have an encounter, then okay. Like, fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to come back. And having that level of faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Having that level of faith is saying, like, being able to tell somebody, give God one shot, because that's all he needs. Yeah. Like, he just needs, like, one encounter. I'll tell you, one encounter changes everything. Like, get somebody in an environment where God, like, is moving, or you feel safe, or you feel his presence. Just get that person anywhere near that vicinity, and man, things will happen. So we get him to church, right? Falls in love with it, dude. Has an encounter with God.
No way.
I come home. This happened, bro, a month ago. I come home 4 weeks later. This dude, the first time he walked in, was not worship. Was just standing there, you know, just the Christian stand, like during the during the music, right? And then he would listen to the word. He gets saved that night. Okay.
No way.
4 weeks later, I come home. This dude's got both his hands up in the air, worshiping at the altar, bro. He comes up to me afterwards. He says, Trevor, God has done everything for my life, and as I look back at my life, I've realized how many times he saved me from car accidents, how many times he saved me from different moments, like different things that my parents were going through, and he's the only one. When I finally prayed to him, like, I felt okay. I felt peace, and something actually happened when I finally prayed. He said, I won't go too much into the story, but he said something actually changed because of his prayer, which definitely means prayer does change things.
Yeah.
And he goes, I just want to be honest with you. I want to get baptized. And he goes, I want to take that next step. So this dude went from suicidal, depressed, and anxious, and in a moment, with one touch, is now getting baptized.
Yeah.
So if that, to me, doesn't show you that, like, God is real, by just walking into a building and, like, getting hot, you just think about it. You walk into a building, right? And at that time, we probably had, like, 45 people in the ministry. It was a college age, like, pretty much Bible study.
Uh-huh.
And he has that much of an impact, that the Bible has that much of an impact to change literally everything that you feel in a moment. Like, God can do that. Like, that to me is all the evidence in the world that I need.
Yeah.
It is just to say, you know what? Like, I don't have to, like, what? Like, that nothing else can possibly do that.
I'm 100% with you.
Nothing else, dude. Like, that's what is the most beautiful thing about it.
Yeah.
So for me, when people get scared and stuff like that, I always go back to, okay, these are some of the stories I've heard. Like, tell me about your life experience. Look back at, sure, a lot of bad things have happened, and just because you're Christian, bad things are going to continue to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But look back, and I guarantee you, if you look back and you really focus on, like, moments, you will see God's protection. You will see moments that he's actually saved you, and devastating things he's protected you from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just all about taking an effort to look back and saying, you know what, I'm going to give God a shot.
Yeah. All you got to do is give him a shot. And on the other side of it is just, like, the God that I know, the whole basis is wrapped around the idea of love.
Yep.
You know, like, in his pursuit to love you,
seriously,
and bless you, like, he wants to do good things for you, and I think a lot of people don't believe that.
100%.
Which is the most unfortunate part about it.
100%. And so when that is so good, because when you're thinking about prophecy, this scripture has dramatically impacted my life. It's found in 1 Samuel chapter 3, and it's the call of Samuel. And so Samuel was a prophet of God, but this was before he was a prophet. And Samuel's the one that later in 1 Samuel anoints David. So this dude is big, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He anoints the next king of Israel that the line of Jesus' line goes through. Okay, so this dude, Samuel, was a big character.
Big deal.
So this is when he was...
Big fish.
Yeah, this was a big fish, all right?
Yeah.
So this dude was under the mentorship of Eli, who was also a prophet. He had to be a prophet at that time. I don't know too much about Eli. I have to look into him, but Samuel, that story says that Samuel was next to the Ark of the Covenant and in the house of the Lord. So literally the closest place, the Ark of the Covenant was the place where Jesus, God, not Jesus, but God, Jesus and God, whatever. We're not going to argue that. God's presence was, right? That's the place where God's presence was in the Old Testament. And he was literally, the Bible says, right next to it in the house of the Lord. So the closest you could ever be to God during that time, he was right there. And all of a sudden, the voice of the Lord, it says, shouted at Samuel. And Samuel woke up and went to Eli and said, Eli, you called me. And Eli said, no, I didn't call you. Go back to bed.
Yeah,
so Samuel goes back to bed. Have you heard this story?
Hit me.
So it happens 2 more times. And the third time, Samuel goes to Eli, and he says, Eli, and he goes, Eli, why do you keep calling me? And Eli goes, oh, God's talking to you. Go back and just say, next time God calls you, just say, here I am.
Yeah.
Well, God is always communicating to us. That's what this story tells me. But we can be in church, and we can be in the house of the Lord, and we can be the closest we've ever been to God, but we can still not understand when he's calling us.
Yeah.
And that's what Samuel was happening to Samuel. So what does that mean? We have to learn the voice of God, learn how God communicates to us. And then once you figure it out, once you get it, once you understand, okay, the Spirit is that this is how God is communicating to me, that's when your life takes up on another level. And so that's when the prophetic gift, if you're seeking after the prophetic gift, that's when that starts to
kick in.
So that scripture has encouraged me a lot, and that's been taught to me by some of my mentors.
I'm going to take it to the relationship level too, on making it almost so my girlfriend and I got to learn how to communicate with her.
Wow.
Same thing. It's a real relationship. I got to know, we know behavior cues that tell us things that aren't verbal, if that makes sense. I know when she feels uncomfortable by the little things that she does that other people don't pick up on because I know her. And I think, like you said, God does have the power in those single instances to change people's perspectives in full 360s, but on the same time, you have to get to know who God is, too. Because
you have to.
And then I think that's the other big thing of the misperception of God, is you think God is this scary guy that's out to ruin your life.
Yeah.
And it's because you don't know him.
Right.
And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying that in a way that says check what the Bible says to get his character. He's not. He loves you.
Yeah.
Get it through your head.
That's so good, dude. Carl Lentz, a pastor of Hillsong, New York City, one of my favorite pastors, he says, distance creates distortion, proximity creates passion. Meaning distance, when you're far away from something, when you're far away from God, he'll be distorted. He'll look crazy. He'll look psycho. He won't look like love.
Yeah.
But when the moment you get in proximity with him, the moment that you get close to him, that's when you're going to start feeling who he is. You're going to start seeing who he is, and you're going to be passionate about it. And I love that, dude. Come on, bro. Why aren't you a preacher, dude?
Oh, my gosh. We talked.
I know.
Full-time ministry is, in my opinion, being alive full-time.
Yep. So good.
I mean...
Tweetable moment number 1 right
there. There you go. Ding.
Let's go. Ding, ding, ding.
I mean, everybody, all Christians are called to ministry.
Yeah.
It just takes on different shapes.
Yeah, seriously.
So, your calling is to be a pastor, and that's your ministry, and that's perfect.
Have you found your calling?
I have not. Oh, actually, I don't know. I would say this stuff is my calling. I think the entertainment world is, for now, my calling.
Where did you get that passion?
I've had it since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always been... You know what? Let me break it down a step further. I've always been making videos since I was a kid, and I've always played sports since I was a kid. But I think that the environment that I thrive in is on teams.
Really?
Because I think that's the easiest place for me to... I can identify things that you're good at and encourage you.
Yeah.
Easiest, because typically on a team you have a job. I can see your weaknesses on a team because you have a job, and I can say, hey, I'm going to walk alongside you. You know, still, same thing. And oftentimes teams need leadership, and I think a skill that I have is building people up to make decisions for themselves that better teams.
Wow.
I don't know.
That's good.
I don't know.
That's so good.
That's what I think.
No, but, dude, you have that.
Oh,
Hold on. You have that. And that is crucial. Because you have those leadership... Even going back to high school, because we got... If they don't know, we got to play on a baseball team together, dude. Like, we're brothers for life.
Because of that.
We did mound hugs.
We did do mound hugs.
We did mound hugs every time. Like, we would do hugs on the mound. And so even back then, like, you showcased that leadership ability. Oh, man, excuse me. So you have that. Oh, gosh. I just coughed.
Whatever happened. Oh, I'll take over. Cough it out.
Ah.
And the reason I think that teams are a place where I strive is because it was never about baseball.
Yeah.
You know?
What was it about?
You know what it was about. It was about relationships, about
Yes, it
people.
was.
You know? And that's...
It was all about relationships.
All of it is an avenue to get to the core part of it. Like, film and entertainment is an avenue to get to the core root of people.
Yep.
So...
You've always been about that. Even our conversation today has all been about... We talked about would you rather be on a winning team with the biggest jerk in the world or on a losing team with your best friend?
Losing team with your best friend every time.
Losing team with your best friend every time because you're always about relationship. And that has gone, dude, I mean, that's the core of who you are. You've always gone that. You taught me that. You taught so many people that on our team. That, you know, the biggest reason why we're here is for relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's success, dude?
You tell me, man.
Success for me, is relationship with God and relationship with people.
Yeah.
If you have those two things, your life mattered.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Your life mattered because you were in connection with God and you use that connection to help people.
And another thing I'm big on, I don't know if this is a direct correlation to the conversation, but I'm throwing it in there.
Throw it in there, bro.
Is it is about relationship with God, relationship with others, but you have to do. And I think the reason I have so many hands, so many jars that my hands are in.
Yeah,
I have a lot of hands. So many jars that I have different hands in. I'm saying that backwards.
So many jars I got different.
Whatever. Is because I think there's so much of a lack of doing.
Wow.
Because I think everybody is well-intentioned. Like, nobody wants to say that they don't care about the life of a homeless man.
Right.
But nobody wants to do, hey, what's your name?
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it's so easy to be aware of problems and want an answer and want a solution.
Yeah.
But it's a whole nother thing to shut your dirty mouth.
Wow.
And go do it. And I think this podcast is tough for me because it's a lot of talking in the sense of it's communicating good intentions, but at the same time, I gotta back it up and do.
Wow.
Or else there's no point to it.
Yeah. Dude, that's so good.
Flames, baby. Ding, ding, ding. Tweet it.
Ding, ding. Let's go. The Nickolas Natali Show.
Yeah,
but dude, you emulate that so much in your life too. You're all about doing and trying. Whatever, even we were talking earlier today, and I was like, yeah, bro, what do you do it all for? Dude, just whatever sticks, whatever, helps people.
Yeah.
You're so committed to finding, because not everything's going to, work. Right. Not everything's going to help people. But you're so committed to finding, okay, what's going to make somebody laugh today? Mm-hmm. What's going to make somebody smile?
Yeah.
And that's, dude, you're the king of that. And if we can learn, if anybody can learn anything about that, they should look directly at your Instagram.
Oh, thank you.
Or your YouTube channel. Or your podcast, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
I've listened to every single one.
Really?
Dude, seriously.
Wow.
Every single one. I was committed to, like, okay, how can, like, I make this the best podcast ever?
And that's a great mindset to get.
And I figured it out.
How?
I don't. Because you make it the best podcast.
Oh, what a guy.
Woo!
Oh, what a guy.
Someone get a fire extinguisher.
Woo! Woo!
It's hot in here.
It is hot.
Oh my word! They can't see, but I'm fanning myself right now.
You
That's
are.
awesome.
Double-handed flush. Double-handed fan.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you. I had one more point to that. Oh, the other point is, like you were saying, like I was saying,
right?
Making things stick is. There's a side of it that has to be okay with rejection, and this goes toward any course, any passion that you're trying to pursue. If you're rejected in whatever capacity, know that it's all right because you'll probably be more efficient in another area to influence people and impact people. So that's been kind of how I've been taking rejection with a grain of salt.
So good. My pastor tells me your biggest setback is grounds for your greatest comeback.
Wow.
And a rejection, any setback that you ever have, that will oftentimes be used, if you let it, will be used by God to give you the biggest comeback you've ever had. And so I love that, dude, because it's like sometimes we weren't meant to go that route.
Yeah.
Sometimes we were rejected for that for a reason.
Yeah.
And like it's okay. I got rejected. I applied to be an RA last year, all right? I applied to be an RA. I got denied. That year I met my mentor and I met like the church that changed like the way I think about God, the way I think about leadership.
The healthy church.
The healthy church.
Yeah.
And they have taught me so much. And then the next year I got hired. So sometimes timing's everything. So sometimes we get rejected because it's not time.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's relationships or jobs or whatever. Ecclesiastes 11 talks all about timing. But yeah, dude, like if you let it, God will use it. And whew, I'll tell you what, some of the biggest what's like a big rejection you faced?
A big rejection I faced.
And did it ever like get you down?
Oh, 100%. I get down all the time for rejected stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more like I get down, but I gotta know that there's a bigger plan for it. Let me think of a specific rejection that's not a girl. I'm just kidding.
Dang! Heck no, bro. I know nobody out here rejecting the Nick Natali.
Oh, man. I got the one and only. Me and Miss Milan for life. 10 years.
Oh, my word.
Poured out.
She's amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
I hope she remembers me.
She remembers you.
I'm gonna say hi to her next time I see her.
Say hi to her right now.
Hi! How are you, Ivanna?
You
Miss
go.
you so much. We were in ambassadors together, just in case.
Nice.
No, she's super sweet, dude.
I can't remember a big rejection, but I can remember when I was applying for... Oh, man. I don't know if this completely ties in, but I'm gonna go for it.
Throw it in, bro. Seriously?
When I was looking for a job, when I was leaving college, I was applying to around 300 companies a day. Applications online.
A day?
A day. Pumping them out. Like, just doing as many as I could. And, like, nobody was getting back to me. Like, pretty much none. I'd get some that would interview me, and then they'd all reject me, whatever. And then I went to the career office, the career center, and I told the head of the career center, and I was like, hey man, I'm applying to 300 different companies every day, and I'm not getting anything.
No.
And he looked me in the eyes, and he said, come back to me when you're applying to 1,000 a day.
Wow.
And I was like,
whoa, screw that guy. That's what I would say.
No, but I was really encouraged by it, because he
Wow.
was saying like, bro, you're not even scraping the surface of trying.
Wow.
Like, get out there and do it. So I guess the rejection aspect of that was getting rejected. I got 25 interviews.
Yeah.
I applied to 3,000 different companies.
Wow.
And I got one job that I never even applied to. I got rejected by 3,000 different companies. So it wasn't a single rejection. It was a rejection every single time.
What does that do to like your confidence and your conscience? Do you let it affect you?
Well, I think the other aspect is like you got to know your own worth, know your own value.
Oh my word.
I get hit up a lot now in retrospect, which is funny, for like, how do I apply for a job? How do I do stuff like that? And I always talk about the negotiation aspect of the job interview because you're defining your worth in that moment.
Right.
So, super unrelated, but I always err on the side of shoot for as much money as you can.
Yeah.
And like feel comfortable with that and know that you can earn that in the sense of you can do a good job and you deserve it.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times people say, I'm not that good. Whatever they offer me is fine.
Yeah.
And they never negotiate and they never get a better pay. And there's some sort of metaphor in there saying you're better than what you think you are. You know? That's not saying be arrogant.
Right.
It's saying value yourself. Right. Value your worth.
That's
so even if you get rejected, it doesn't matter because you're still you. You still get to go home and you're still a person. You're still there.
Come on.
So
that's so good. Know yourself, know your worth.
Drake. There's one more story we got to get to.
Okay.
You met somebody on the beach.
Wow. You want to go beach story then, huh?
I want to go beach story.
All right.
Hit me. Hit me.
It's crazy, dude. That's a crazy story. So I was I was in church and I had never read the book of Revelation. I don't know why. Some part of it just scared me. Some part of it was like, I don't understand this, so I never really sat down and really just like, you know what, I'm going to read this thing. I'm just going to read it.
Read it.
And so the church was doing a full-on, it was a Calvary Chapel church, so when they do a Bible study on a book, they do a Bible study on a book.
You
go
down.
line by line, okay, and they make sure that you know every verse.
That's good.
And what it means, so it's great. It's thorough and in-depth. So I said, all right, I need an overview. And so I said, all right, God, I'm going to read this thing. And I get an Uber, go to the beach, Santa Monica Beach. Beautiful.
Beautiful
place.
I love that beach. I don't love their water.
No.
It's dirty water.
It's bad water. It's really
beautiful
bad.
Location, though.
Beautiful location. Yeah. Nice. Good way to put a positive spin on that. Your water's trash, but I love it. So
but I love your
so
beach.
Beautiful.
Your beach is great.
Anyway, so I'm reading the book of Revelation. I have like a towel in my backpack. I got some Ritz crackers.
Nice.
All right, bro. I'm just sitting down, just
sitting
chilling.
snacking.
Dude, sitting and snacking, bro. Next podcast time. Sitting
That's
and snacking.
a good one.
With Trevor D.
Dude, I'm changing the title of this podcast.
Sitting and snacking. Just call this the episode, Sitting and Snacking episode.
I like that.
Because we were snacking on some Sour Punch straws.
Yeah.
Earlier.
And sweet teas.
Some sweet teas, baby.
Yeah. Dude, we're sitting and snacking right now.
Sitting and snacking with Sour Punch and sweet teas.
Wow. Oh my gosh. You put a little southern twirl on that.
Crazy.
Sweet tea.
So I'm laying on this this towel reading the book of Revelation. I'm almost done with it. And this dude is walking up. Looks like a homeless guy. He's got like a vest on. And he's got some like crazy hair, and he's got like a bag, and he's walking, and for some reason I look up and I'm like, dude, this dude's coming to me, man. Like, I feel it. You know when you can feel it?
Yeah, I do know when you
feel it. And there's people on my right, there's people on my left, there's people everywhere, and I knew he was coming to me, and I was like, all right, just keep my head down, keep on reading, keep on going. And he walks up, and he's like, excuse me, can I get some money? And I'm like, yeah, sorry, man, I don't have any. And he goes, oh, okay. So then he walks past. And I felt bad.
Was there anybody else you could have asked?
Yeah, dude, there was, like, people on my right. There's people on my... Dude, he could have asked anybody. The only person he asked... No joke, bro. The only person he asked... I was watching him. Was me. I was like, I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah. I look like a college student. Yeah. You know? Like,
do I look like I got money?
I got, like, Ritz crackers, bro.
Yeah.
Anybody who's got money is not eating Ritz crackers.
That's true. You don't have the cheese.
You don't even have the cheese, dude. It's cheeseless Ritz crackers.
Cheese. Cheese.
Yeah, dude. So, like, he just walked past, and I'm like, man, I feel bad. Because I had a couple dollars. You always have a couple dollars.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, but yeah.
Right. Like... Okay, I always have to You're just like, oh yeah, I know.
Dude, I'm a card guy, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
And ever since Venmo came out, forget it.
Yeah, gone. So I was like, you know what? Okay, so he was 100 feet away. I ran up to him. I had just a couple dollars, and I was like, man, like, this is what I got. I hope it helps you. Can I just pray for you? And he looks at me dead in the face, and he says, you want to pray for me? And I'm like, yeah. I would like, yeah. I want to pray for you. Dude, anytime I've asked somebody to, like, if I could pray for them, they're like, oh, yeah, of course. Not even religious people.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, yeah, of course. And he goes, here, I'll tell you what. Go out there in the middle of the ocean with me. Just walk out there, and I'll let you pray with me. And I was like, you know when you stare death in the face?
Yeah.
And you're just like, I'm not.
Nah, I'm gonna say pass on that one.
I'm gonna take a rain check, you know?
I can't swim.
Yeah, that's your excuse. Sorry, man, I can't swim. Can't go pray with you out there.
No, sir, it's dirt water. Have you seen it? I'm trying to get dirty.
Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Oh, my word. If they get anything from this podcast, Dirt Water with Trevor D.
Yeah, that's the title.
That's the title. So, yeah, I look at him, I'm like, listen, man, I'm not gonna do that. Normally I would. I'm a daredevil. Normally, like,
really?
I thought about actually going out there.
Yeah.
I was like, for prayer? Like, bet I won't.
I'm trying to get baptized? Trying to get baptized?
That's what I should have done. Dang, bro, you trying to get baptized? And so he goes, okay, I'm not going to pray with you then. And I go, okay. All right. So I retreated, secretly prayed for him. Without him.
On your breath?
Under my breath. I just reached out a hand. God, touch him. like Darth Sidious, you know. Did you watch Star Wars? Like shooting up like
no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, all right, that's
just zap him real quick.
That's the quickest way to end a conversation right there. No, don't know what you're talking about.
No.
So I walk back to my towel. Oh man, and I look back and this dude grabs a book out of his bag, bro. Starts ripping pages out of this book, throwing them in the air and screaming.
Wow.
Okay, I'm looking at the people on my right and my left. Nobody's even like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like, to me, this is a movie. Like, this is crazy, bro. Like, are you kidding me? And then
not every day that somebody's ripping a book in half.
No.
He's taking the dictionary.
Dude, and throwing it in the ocean.
Yeah.
Do you know how many, like, conservative water people are in Santa Monica?
Environmentalists.
Dude, I was at Cheesecake Factory. All of Santa Monica has outlawed straws.
Oh, my gosh. And this man is throwing pages in the ocean?
Restaurants can't give straws out in Santa Monica anymore.
Not even
and this dude, seriously, this dude is throwing basically trees that have been chopped up into paper. He's throwing it in the ocean.
And nobody cared.
Nobody cares.
Not an environmentalist in sight, bro.
Not when you need them the most.
Yeah,
they're gone.
They're never triggered when you want them to be triggered.
Exactly.
They're always triggered at the wrong time.
It's like, seriously, dude, where are you guys?
Get these straws out of here. But that guy throwing trash in the ocean.
This guy's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
I'm big on the environment, by the way. Like, I love you guys so much. All environmentalists. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like I love the environment. I love the environment.
Right, exactly. So I'm like, dude, this guy's crazy. Then this dude strips off his all of his clothes, vest and his pants, gone,
butt naked.
In the name of Jesus,
butt naked,
just butt naked.
Oh dang.
Walks out and just starts swimming in the ocean. Still, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Full dude, there's a mom holding a kid's hand walking towards this guy. I didn't tell you. There's a mom holding a kid's hand walking towards this guy. Like, they just walk right past him. Butt naked, bro. Shimmied in the ocean. So I'm like, all right, there's
full
something.
Frontal.
There is
shimmied his frontal.
There's full frontal. So there's this. I'm like, there's something about this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, there's something about him. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna go pray with them. So he gets.
Give it another go,
dude. Don't tell me I don't do second chances. Okay, I'm a second chance kind of guy.
Yeah.
And he puts his pants on. And I walk up to him. I was not about to walk up to him butt naked. And I said, look, man, I know you, can I just pray for you? Seriously. And he looks at me, bro. And all of a sudden, I'm just afraid. Deathly afraid. I'm like, what is this dude going to say next?
Why?
Is he going to grab me and take me into the water? Like, what's this guy going to do?
Why are you afraid? Is he...
Dude, he had, a mad face. You know when, somebody's face just,
so mad.
Dude, just so mad.
I do know what you mean, though. There's something in the eyes.
No, seriously. And so he tells me, he says, listen, the only reason I walked up to you because I knew what you were reading. And I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, you were reading the book of Revelation, weren't you? I was like, dude, you cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. He knew I was reading the book of Revelation. And he goes, so you know that part in the book of Revelation about the lake of fire and how Satan's job is to lead as many as possible into the lake of fire? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, that's my job. My job is to lead as many to hell as I possibly can. So I'm not going to pray with you.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like...
what do you... Yeah, what do you...
I'm like, dude...
Flabbergasted.
Right,
yeah.
bro. What do you say? Like, seriously, what do you say? So I start backing up. I'm like, oh, okay. And this dude stares at me until I get to my towel, bro. Like, I just start walking away. He's just staring at me. I sit down. He finally, like, picks up his stuff, and he leaves. He just starts walking. And I'm like, dude, this is the most insane...
Weirdest.
What in the world's going on? And I'm like, you know what? Like, so he's gone. 20 minutes later, I say, I'm going to go, like, see if I can find any of those papers he was throwing. So I go. Can't find a single paper, dude. Can't find a single flipping paper. Like, I just want to see what was he reading? What was he throwing in the air?
Yeah.
Couldn't find a single one. So I'm like, you know what? Like...
Somebody had to see this crazy guy.
Seriously. And see if they got any other perspective on him. So I walk up. Oh my... Dude, you can't make this up, man. Seriously. You can't make this up. And I walk up to... There were people there. There were the same people. And I walk up to them. I say, hey, do you guys by chance like see any of those papers that this black homeless guy got butt naked, jumped in the ocean, was thrown up in the air, screaming? Did you see any of the papers that... And they looked at me and they're like, what are you talking about? And I was like, he was throwing up papers, like he was naked, he took his pants off. Like, I was just here giving him money.
Yeah.
And they were like, no. Dude, I counted the people I walked up to. I walked up to 20 different people along the shoreline of that beach. Not a single one of them saw a black homeless man get butt naked, jump into the water, and throw paper up in the air, ripping out a book.
Yeah.
You can't make that up.
That's a pretty eventful thing.
Dude, if, like, anybody takes off their shirt in a club, everybody's looking.
It's a fact.
It's a fact, bro.
If anybody takes off their pants... You're looking away, but you saw it.
But you saw it.
You know?
You saw it, bro. So, that's insane. Like, so I walk up to the girl because I'm thinking, okay, the girl next to me, she hasn't moved. I can trust her. She's
actually the whole time.
She was there literally the whole time. She would have saw this man come up to me and me, like, tell this man no and then run to go give him some money.
Yeah.
So I asked her. And I'm like, yo, did you see black homeless man? He came over, he asked me for money, I told him no. Then I came back, and then he got naked. She looked at me like I was crazy, bro. She was like, what are you talking about? And at that moment in time, I was like, Trevor, you're crazy.
Yeah, that didn't even happen.
Like, that didn't... Bro, like, and still to this day, like, I saw that, bro. Like, that happened.
I mean, the dollars were no longer in your wallet.
No.
Yeah.
They weren't. And I called my mom afterwards. I said, Mom, what in the world just happened to me?
Yeah.
Like, he quoted the passage of scripture I was reading. He knew what I was reading. And, dude, I still to this day have no idea. No idea who he was, what that was for, what, like...
Why it
And
happened.
I don't tend to over-spiritualize things. Yeah. But, dude, that was crazy. And, yeah, like, I can't even, like, honestly, dude, like, I watch who I tell that story to, and I'm telling it on your podcast, because I watch who I tell it, because I think people are going to think that I'm, like, nuts.
Psycho, yeah.
So I just talked about a bunch of spiritual stuff, and then you get to the very end of this podcast, and you're like, this dude's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
all of that was made up.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But, dude, I'm telling you, man, like...
Something...
Crazy.
It is crazy. It's definitely why I brought it up, because it's... I don't...
You can't make that up?
I don't know what to make of it.
Me neither.
Just because it's such a...
I've got no idea.
Yeah. My only experience similar to that, not similar at all, is I asked to pray for this homeless lady once, and she was like, you want to effing pray for me? And, like, spit at me, and I was like, I did, but I don't anymore.
Not anymore.
I'll see you later.
Bro, that's awesome. I love that.
Hey.
How motivated are you to continue to pray for all those people, though?
Oh, I'm super motivated.
So motivated, dude.
And I think, you know what the other problem is? Yesterday I was at... Man, I'm going to flex.
Flex, bro.
Yesterday I was at a shoot, and they made me go get coffee. I was the coffee run guy.
You were the coffee guy?
Flex, baby. You need coffee, I'm your guy.
No.
Yeah, no, it's a really humbling experience. But I had to go get coffee, and the dude was like, I'm going to send you to this Starbucks. It's in a really shady part of town. It's super sketch. Like, I wouldn't even want to go there, but I'm going to send you there. And I'm like, oh, that's hurtful,
yeah.
you know? And I get there to the, like, marketplace, and there's for sure crazy people. I saw, like, I don't know if he's homeless or not, shirtless dude yelling at the air saying he's going to fight someone. Somebody else sprinting into the road, almost getting hit by a car. Like, it's hectic, it's dirty, it's not good. But even there, you get into those communities, and I think your first instinct is, I gotta get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
This place is trash. Like, part of you is a little fearful, but the other side was like, this is the same stuff you keep saying you want to change. These are the same people you keep saying you want to reach out to.
Yeah.
Now you're in the thick of it.
Yeah.
And why don't you do something about it? Once again, back at it.
So good.
But that's just another one of those instances where, I mean, the only thing I got to do in that time was somebody forgot their iPhone on the table and I gave it back to them.
Woo!
My good deed for the day.
Hey,
but
let's go.
But do you get what I'm saying?
No, seriously.
Like, we want change, but we're scared to get in the heart of those things.
No, 100%. I'll share this last thing with you because I know, are we at 2 hours yet?
We're at 1:45.
Dude, are you going to post this whole thing?
Maybe.
So, I'll give you this last story. Talking about, like, okay, there's sometimes I think we have to be safe, though, too. Because I was
100%,
in Hollywood. I 100% agree with you, but listen, dude, I've never, ever experienced, like, a near-death situation like this before. No joke, bro. Like, I was hanging out with some friends in Hollywood. I'm not going to go into details.
You can. Why not?
Like, just hanging out with some friends. And it's 3:30, Clay. 3:30 in the morning, bro.
Okay.
I'm in Hollywood, on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, yes.
My phone is dead. So I asked my friend to order me an Uber. And they're like, okay, cool. So they ordered me an Uber. And I feel bad because I was just like, all right, you can go home and sleep. You're good. I'm just going to get in this Uber. He was like 5 minutes away. I knew what the car was. I knew what I was looking out for. I said, all right, cool. So I start walking down the street, right? Passing by all these homeless people. I'm like, man, I really want to pray for these guys. Whatever. And I get to Hollywood Boulevard, all right? And my Uber is right there. And all of a sudden, 10 feet away from me on the other side of the street, pop, pop!
No.
2 gunshots,
No.
2 gunshots, bro. No joke, dude. The Uber busts. Just straight, like, gone,
Gases,
bro.
yeah.
Gases. People are, like, there's other cars, gassed. There's somebody on my side of the street just starts sprinting the other way. Dude, gone. I've got no phone, bro.
Oh, no.
It's dead. 3:30 in the morning. And I can't go back because that's where the gunshots were.
Yeah.
So I start sprinting. And I get around the corner and people are leaving. I'm like, dude, what am I going to do? There's homeless people on my right. There's a train station, okay? Right there. And I'm like,
oh my gosh.
I'm not about to go do the train station at 3:30 in the morning. There's like 5 homeless people, like shady, like walking back and forth, like just crazy, like
unsafe place.
Unsafe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shoot, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And there's this dude blowing the street who was literally packing up his stuff because he was watering Hollywood Boulevard, the Walk of Fame, and he was getting in his car to leave because he heard the shots. And I'm like, bro, like, I will give you $20 right now. Can you order me an Uber just to go home? Like, seriously. And he goes, bro, like, just get in the car. I'll charge your phone. So he had a charger on the phone. I said, am I really about to get in this dude's car right now?
Yes, at 3:30 in the morning on Hollywood.
Seriously, dude. So I straight sit in his car. And I'm charging my phone. It gets to 2%, bro. I order Uber. Gone, bro. So there's sometimes where, like, you shouldn't put yourself in certain situations. But I don't know why I wanted to share that with you. But
no, that's perfect.
That's crazy, dude.
It's smart. Be safe first.
Being in LA, man,
is a trip.
Yeah. You get really good sermon stories, though.
There you go.
You know?
It's all about those sermon stories, bro.
It's all about the sermon stories.
Tight. All right, let's do an outro. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being on the show, Trevor.
Of course.
You're great. I mean, DJ Trev D. You are a very special guest. I'm happy that you were able to do this.
Love you so much, bro. Thanks for inviting me.
I love you too. We gotta end with a life hack.
Yeah.
So out of all those stories, what's the life hack? How do you not join a cult? How do you not talk to the devil? What's the life hack?
Dude, the life hack, man. The life hack is you got to know what you believe. And there's a lot of us that just walk throughout life not knowing what we believe. And you have to take time to know what you believe and why you believe it. And that means you have to invest in the scriptures, in Christian scriptures. If you're an atheist, you have to look at other walks of life. If you're a Christian, get to know other faiths so that it will make you stronger in yours. And so for me, studying religion at UCLA, I'm studying Islam and Buddhism and Judaism and all these, and it's making me stronger as a Christian because now I'm looking at, okay, why do I believe in these scriptures?
Yeah.
And answering those questions. If you're going to base your eternity on something, you better know what you're basing it on. And there are some Christians who don't read the Bible. And if you're going to believe it, you better start getting to know what it says, because you don't want to just just blindly go without knowing why or why not you believe something. So I would say that's a life hack.
That's a life hack right there.
Get to know that, and then you'll go on a huge journey for the rest of your life that'll change everything that you've ever thought that you would do.
For the better. Yeah.
Only for the better, bro. If you're following God, it'll be for the better.
I believe it.
Even if you're in tough situations.
I believe it. Okay. Bye.
What's your life hack, bro?
Oh, I gotta give a life hack after all that? God wants to bless you. And he's about community and relationships. So if he's stripping your family from you,
wow,
it's probably not from God.
So good.
Boom.
Come on.
Bye, everyone.
The Nick Natali Show. Let's go.
Freaking, what's your handles?
Oh, you can follow me on Instagram at Trevor Delahousse, DELAHOUSSAYE, or DJ Trev D on Instagram. You can follow me, add me a friend on Facebook. And Twitter as well. I got a Twitter.
Yeah, you got one.
I don't know why I do. I should delete it.
Not after these tweetable moments.
Not after these tweetable moments. Ding, ding. Let's go.
Okay, bye.